Okay, hello. This is Francois Muscat here from WSI. Many of you know me from the training that you've attended. Those of you know I've been in this business for 7 years now, and it's really exciting. I've got a brand new toy here, which is the iPad, the Apple iPad, and many people thought it is a toy. Now, I've been asked a number of times, how can I use the iPad for my business? The first example would be a product that I have, which is called Present Pad. And I use this when I meet my clients for the first time. And here I can show my client exactly how we use internet marketing and the different services. So with a quick flick, we can go through the different slides. It avoids us having to show and have a computer or a laptop screen in the way. As you can see, you can have your slides in different orders going across or down. So the way I put my presentation is detail goes down and summary goes ahead. So if I sit with a client right now and I talk to them about internet marketing, I can just flip, and you know we all talk about lead generation, online credibility and communication, and what does that mean when your business is being digitized? And flipping across, we say, right, for you to do online lead generation, you can do paid search advertising. If they didn't understand what advertising is, we would just flip up and we can explain that. So getting back, we can go on to search engine optimization, and if I wanted to show them how the perfect page worked, I can quite easily go there. If I'm a bit lost, I can just click over here, scan across, and then say, well, let's have a look at the difference between Google paid search as well as organic. So that's how I use Present Pad. So the next example that I use is Goodreader. Now this is a product that lets you read PDFs off the iPad. And one of the PDFs that I use is the Digital Marketing Strategy Mix, because that's really a great example to show a client what their whole plan can be and the type of products and services we can sell them. As you can see, we have all these PDFs down here. And if I want to really talk about the Digital Strategy Mix, this is really a nice slide. It shows clients, and look at this, you can actually zoom in and move across and say, right, we're going to talk about lead generation, credibility and communication. Well, there are certain things that you need to do. You need to choose the right internet marketing solution. So we look at what's important, and we'll see that for lead generation, Google paid search is the most important thing to do to get leads. And then if you are trying to build brand, you can see that search engine optimization helps there. Now we know that content marketing is very important. So if we look at content marketing, we see how that actually helps build brand and generates leads. Not as great as Google paid search, but this is where you build your ongoing word of mouth referrals. And then the last one is seeing, should you engage in social media? Well, social media helps you with customer communication as well as branding, but it's not always the best when it comes to lead generation. That's how I use Goodreader. Next example. Okay. Now, once a client is my customer, I can go to them on my regular meetings, normally every 90 days, and we can walk through the analytics of what their website and their website performance is all about. Just with a quick tap, and I can see exactly their traffic, where it's coming from, and we can discuss how the website's performing. And if I wanted to see where the visitors were coming from, I can click through that, and even the traffic sources. And we can actually see all the keywords that people use to arrive at this website. Right? So just by going through to see the keywords, because this is where I find its most value, I can discuss with my customer and see how people have arrived at the website, how many people did come through. This is a real great way, because you know how much detail that you can print from Google Analytics. Well, now you can just point right to exactly where you need to do. Next example. Okay. Now, when you start a design in a new project, one of the things that I find difficult is getting a client sign off on the design, on the exact design that you create. So we have a solution here with 2 screens where we can log in and to show the client the example of their website and their web design. And any changes that they want, we can change on the screen with your finger, and then you can get them to actually sign it off. So here we have the website. It comes up so we can discuss what it looks like. Now the great thing about this, I can press the pen and say, right, you know what, I think we need to change that navigation, as well as maybe change that video over there with an arrow. And if the client is quite happy with that changes, I can say to him, okay, please, won't you just sign this design off on the screen? It's really a great way to save the changes that you have at your meeting. I can give this to my webmaster and they can make sure the changes are done exactly as we were discussing with the customer. This is how I use 2 screens. Now, when I'm doing an RBA, that's when we are talking to our clients. One of the things I forget sometimes is it could take an hour and we don't hear everything or we don't write all the notes down. Well, SoundNote lets you record what is being said at the meeting while you are typing down the notes. Now, the interesting part about this is you can recall that exact conversation, that point in time, just by clicking on the note when you did it. So when I have a new meeting, I would just set up a new meeting this way, and we would then press record. Straight away, it starts recording what I'm saying. And while I was talking about the intro, the next thing the client was talking to me was the type of services that they actually work with. So each time I press return, it presses a bookmark and I can listen to that recording. But the real value of this is if I wanted to go back and listen to a presentation or an interview that I did, I can just play it back and I can hear exactly what was being said. This is one of the presentations that I attended. So here we can hear exactly what he was saying, and if I wanted to find out what he was saying at a certain point, I would just click it and it would play it from there. It's a great way to go back and listen to notes in case you weren't paying attention. Another example that I use with SoundNote is when I attend conferences or meetings, we can record those presentations. It's also a great way to go back and reference that material. Now, many of you know that we do quite a lot of blogging in our business. And I find that with the iPad, I have an application that allows me to write my blogs directly to WordPress. That if I needed to write a new blog post, I could just load straight up onto WordPress and write my post and submit it. I normally do this when I'm in between meetings at a coffee shop or even when I'm sitting on an aeroplane. Using a WordPress plugin like this is really a great time saver. And finally, GoToMeeting. Now, many times I'm on the road and I have to attend a webinar. We all know that getting to a meeting on time is very important. Well, with GoToMeeting, I attend many webinars, and with the iPad, it's quite easy. All you do is just click on the link and you can join any meeting that has been hosted, anywhere where I am, as long as I have a connection. I can actually attend the meeting, plug my headphones in, and listen to what the presentation is about. So GoToMeeting is really a great tool for all of us in internet marketing.
In 3, 2, and 1. Okay.
Well, those are the few examples that I use, and I hope this really helps you. For those of you who are deciding whether the iPad is a toy or you can justify it for your business, it really does work for your business. And in my next episode, I'll show you a few of the personal items that will work very well on this.